Welcome back to The Home Bartender with Anne. I don't even know how to start this video because I wanted to do a zombie comparison, and by that I mean I finally got a bottle of Hamilton's Zombie Blend, but if I do a comparison, it should really be side by side, right? I mean, I should make both cocktails. It should be made with the exact same recipe. But the bottle version is a blend made by Ed Hamilton and BeachBum Berry. It's their own blend of rums. The recipe on the back of the bottle is the closest to the 1934 version of Don the Beachcomber's Zombie. But obviously, I can't get the same rums that they used in 1934. And it's also subjective as to what rums I have already in my home bar or what I can get locally in my area. Let's just taste these and test these out and see right off the top what I think. The first one is the 1934 version. If you like many of the cocktails of that time, then even the non-tiki ones, these are pretty harsh and powerful, but let me try it. These cocktails both have 151 Demerara rum in there, but this is powerful shit, people. There's a reason why tiki places only allow 2 of these bad boys, because they are full of booze. And I just don't care for that flavor profile, really. I drink a lot of cocktails and a lot of rum, and this is all just really booze forward. It's interesting, but it's a lot. Now for the Hamilton's version. Okay. This is really interesting. It has a great evolution. It's smooth and it's pretty easy to drink. I have not been able to find the specs for the blends of rums that they used in the BeachBum Berry and Hamilton's bottle here. Please, if you found out what those are and you have accurate information, please put that in the comments. This version is actually not very rum forward for me, and that makes it super dangerous because it's really good. It's not what you might think. It's actually light, and you get a tiny, tiny touch of absinthe, and then the cinnamon syrup, and then the grenadine. And for me, the 1934 version with all of that booze, I just don't really taste much of those things. So I think I have to go with the Hamilton's BeachBum Berry version here. I like it the best. It's easier to make, and there's a lot of ingredients in their version, but I don't have to get out as many bottles and make a huge mess. I'm gonna go over the ingredients and talk about the rums I actually used in the 1934 version, and also I'll talk about the ingredients in the new version. So stick around for that. So let's get going because there's a lot to get in here. Let's do the first part, which is 8 drops of each of these. The first one is the absinthe or the Pernod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 drops of grenadine. 2, 3, 4. 8 drops of Angostura bitters. Next, let's do 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice. 1/2 ounce of fresh grapefruit juice. Now for the grapefruit juice, I can only get the red grapefruit here, and most tiki drinks sometimes call for white grapefruit juice. So what I do instead is I use just a couple of dashes of grapefruit bitters, or even sometimes I'll like take a swath of the grapefruit rind and throw that in heavy on the pith into the cocktail, and that'll simulate more grapefruit bitters, because that white is of course a little more bitter than the red. So I'm just gonna go with 2 dashes of that. We'll get 1/2 ounce of falernum in here. This brings that island spice to the cocktail. Really nice. 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup. I have how to make the cinnamon syrup in a video, and I will link that at the end. For this drink, I always add more cinnamon sticks into my cinnamon syrup. Even powdered cinnamon will work, actually. I really want to spice this up and balance out the anise flavor from the absinthe. Last but not least, we've got 2 ounces of BeachBum Berry's Zombie Blend in there, so I'll just add that. So just so you know, the 1934 version is made with 4 ounces of rum. I used 1.5 ounces of Appleton 12-year, 1.5 ounces of Plantation 5-year, and a whole ounce of Demerara 151 rum. That works really great with the juices and everything together. That recipe also calls for ½ ounce of falernum, which is a low ABV, but still, that's 4½ ounces of booze in one cocktail. So it took a lot of trying to get this blend down so that they could just use 2 ounces of booze and not lose the flavor profile that they're going for, that the Zombie has. It still keeps the proof lower at 59%. So now I'll go flash blend this with about 3/4 of a cup of ice for about 5 seconds. I will be right back. Okay, let's get that into our Zombie glass. Get a little Surfside Sips in there. I'm gonna top it with some more ice. Let's get some mint in there. And there we have our updated, easy to put back Hamilton BeachBum Berry Zombie. So in conclusion, since we aren't working with the same kind of rums or the same proof of rums that they had when they made the original 1934 cocktail, I wonder how people could still stand after even one Zombie. And again, the limit was 2. 2 would be close to like 1/4 of a bottle of booze when all is said and done, and that's just for one cocktail. It's pretty wild, really. That's it for me and the Zombie today. I say get yourself a bottle of this blend, the Hamilton and BeachBum Berry Zombie blend. You should be pretty happy with that. See you next week at my home bar, and we'll make something a little less complicated. Until then, be well.
This one's good. Jeez. Wow. Okay. That must be the 1934 version. BeachBum Berry, you got it right.